Kingdom Hearts, Lights of Friendship, Chapter 3, Saving Buzz and Beyond. Aqua walked up to the toy store and the double doors opened. She walked in and found two toys fighting off a group of Heartless. Both toys were cowboys. One boy, one girl. The boy punched a Heartless in the face as the girl whipped her around her lasso and wrapped it around the Heartless and swung it around and flung it into the group of Heartlesses. Aqua ran into the group with her Keyblade in hand. She swung her Keyblade, destroying one of the Heartless as she landed next to the two cowboy toys. "Hey, you have one of those Keyblade things," the boy gasped. "Yeah, name's Aqua. I know Sora, and I just met Rex and Ham. They sent me here to help you," Aqua told them as she swatted away another Heartless. "Good thing you're one of us. I would have hated to fling you around the curb," the girl howled. "Name's Woody. The over-enthusiastic one's Jessie. She can get a little over the top," the cowboy said with a small chuckle. "Nice to meet you. Now let's clear this lot quick, shall we?" Aqua nodded. Then she dropped into her fighting stance and joined Woody and Jessie fighting the Heartless. Aqua swung her Keyblade and slammed it into a smaller Heartless. It exploded into darkness as Woody spun his fist around before he launched forward and punched his way into the horde of Heartless, defeating a whole horde at once. Aqua blocked a Heartless with a sword, then she spun around and slashed it down. Then she aimed her Keyblade forward and released a barrage of black firebolts that rained down on the Heartless. Then Jessie wrapped her lasso around Woody and spun him around before letting go. Woody was thrown forward. He summoned an energy shield in the form of a sheriff badge and slammed into the ground, the shockwave obliterating the remaining Heartless. Aqua's Keyblade disappeared as she approached Woody and Jessie. "Nice job, cowboy, and your honorary cowgirl. Some sick moves there," Jessie called out. "Thank you," Aqua nodded. "So you know Sora, huh?" Woody asked. "Yes, I do. He actually saved me once," Aqua told them. "Yeah, he helped us out as well," Woody replied. Woody and Jessie looked around the toy store nervously. "Are you looking for your other friend?" Aqua asked. "Yes, Buzz. We just got separated," Woody explained. "Okay, well, do you think he left the store?" Aqua asked. "No, Buzz knew we had to stay here. He wouldn't leave the store," Jessie said. "Okay, so we're on the ground floor. Let's check the first floor," Aqua suggested. "Sounds like a good idea to me," Jessie called out. Aqua, Woody, and Jessie all ran up the oversized escalator and jumped onto the first floor. They explored one of the areas and kept peeking into all the shops, when suddenly they could hear the sound of fighting come from the doll's house shop. They all ran in and found Buzz being shoved into a doll's house Heartless. It was large and cream coloured. The windows were all lit up and Buzz could be seen through one of the windows. His body just about fit. The Heartless symbol was planted on the door. "Oh my, we need to save Buzz quickly," Jessie called out. "Keep it occupied," Aqua ordered. Then she bolted off. Jessie whipped out her lasso and it struck the Heartless dollhouse. The Heartless stomped its feet that was made out of shadows as the lasso bounced off of it. Woody made several shuriken in the shape of sheriff badges and flung them at the doll's house Heartless. It hit it with the barrage of sheriff badges, but nothing happened. As the cowboy and cowgirl occupied the Heartless, Aqua jumped up onto the shelves and ran across them, passing more dollhouses. Then she jumped into the air and summoned her Keyblade in hand. She held up her hand and a bolt of lightning appeared from absolutely nowhere. And it zapped her Keyblade, encasing it, and then she threw her Keyblade and it spun across the room and hit the doll's house Heartless. The doll's house Heartless stumbled around and then its arms and symbol phased away. The doll's house dropped to the ground and the Heartless phased out of it as the heart left, and the doll's house was now left completely alone. The front of the doll's house swung open and Buzz struggled to climb out. "Thank you. That was very uncomfortable," Buzz muttered. Aqua landed next to the other toys. "Hey there," Aqua said. "Hello, I'm Buzz Lightyear," Buzz replied. "Name's Aqua." Aqua smiled. "Glad to have you back, Buzz," Woody stated. "Thank you, friend," Buzz replied. Then suddenly there was a manic laugh coming from another shop. All the toys ran out of the doll's house and looked around the toys mall. They saw light coming from the second floor. They all decided to run up the next escalator and found a video game store. They all ran in and found the source of the laughter. It was an overweight cowboy, his hat scuffed, his dungarees torn, and his pickaxe chipped. "Stinky Pete!" Woody and Jessie called out in shock. "You know this guy?" Aqua asked. "Yes, we do. He's trouble," Jessie said worryingly. "I'm here to stop you, you stupid cowboy," Stinky Pete growled. Then his entire body became black, shadowy, his eyes became red, his pickaxe quadrupled in size, the metal became red and became crystal-like. It grew shadowy tentacles that wrapped around Shadow Pete's hand, and the Heartless insignia appeared on the giant pickaxe. Wait, if Pete's a Heartless, must mean he... Aqua trailed off. Yep, Woody nodded. Pete's Heartless swung his almighty large axe, slamming it on the ground. The ground cracked and the shockwave knocked all the toys over. He lifted the pickaxe up into the air, and it shot several red crystal balls into the air. Then the balls came raining down on the toys. Aqua summoned a Keyblade and raised it into the air. Arrow! Aqua called out. The toys were surrounded by a twister which deflected the crystal balls. Aqua then ran at Pete's Heartless. She hit it several times with her Keyblade. She then struck the Heartless again with no effect. Suddenly the pickaxe came swinging and hit her. She was sent flying back and crashed onto the ground. Aqua stood up, grunting in pain, as Jessie wrapped her lasso around a box on a shelf, then spun it around and flung it at Pete's Heartless. It stumbled back, then Buzz's wings popped out and he glided forward, ramming into the Heartless. When he ran up to the Heartless, and with his energy shield in the shape of a sheriff's badge, he smacked into the Heartless with it. Then he jumped back and was blocked an incoming swing from the pickaxe. Aqua stood there and aimed her Keyblade. Then 2 blasts of water exploded from the tip of the Keyblade. The 2 blasts spiraled as they flew across the video game store and hit Pete's Heartless. Then she ran towards the Heartless, the Keyblade going white. She swung her Keyblade. A blade of light extended from her Keyblade, extending her reach. She slashed the Heartless, giving her extended light attack. Pete's Heartless stumbled backwards, fell back, and exploded into nothing, the heart vanishing. Aqua's Keyblade disappeared as everyone regrouped. Good job, Aqua! Everyone cheered. They all made their way to the front entrance, everyone happy that Buzz was saved and they survived another Heartless attack. They left the toy store when suddenly something landed next to them. Who's that? Jessie asked. The being was humanoid, all black with a silver Heartless insignia. You're one of the Kings of Darkness, aren't you? Aqua blurted. The being nodded. Aqua took a step forward and summoned her Keyblade. Guys, you can leave now. Leave this to me. Get back to Rex and Ham. I'll deal with this. If I get out of it, I'll see you soon, okay? Aqua told the other toys. We'll see you soon, Aqua. Get out of this safe, Woody told her. Right, Aqua nodded. The 3 toys ran off and headed back to their home. Aqua stood there and faced one of the Kings of Darkness. The raw power rippling off of it worried her. Then she took her fighting stance and mentally prepared for the intense fight that was about to unfold.